Brandon, just first of all, team-wise, after that losing streak, now winners of 4 or 5. What have you been overall pleased with over this last stretch here now?
Just focusing on small things, trying to compete every single pitch, and just the guys are really battling. On the small level, that includes base running, that includes defense, that includes hitting and pitching, and I think trying to do the little things right. It doesn't mean you're always going to, as we saw, but I've been really proud of the way the guys have been going about their work and their preparation, and I think it's really been showing up in the game.
You talk about doing the little things right. There's also seemingly been an emphasis on just being aggressive and going after it. Has that felt like there's been more of that lately? Yeah,
at least from the offensive side, I've seen really good controlled aggression. Right, so the most dangerous hitters in the game are the guys that are all over pitches in the zone and lay off the ones that are outside of it. Obviously people like Juan Soto, who are extremely good at that, and he seems like anything you throw over the middle of the plate is leaving at 108, to 115 miles an hour. Pete's been really good at that this year, and so I feel like as an offense, we've been doing that really well over the last few games, 4 or 5 to be exact. So very proud of them with that. And then as far as from the pitching side of things, we've seen really attacking the strike zone. I would agree with you there. I think when you can get up and not pitch from behind in the count, it drastically sways the statistics in your favor. And so I think they've been doing a great job of that, and our bullpen did an amazing job today.
What has Soto been doing over the last month that he hadn't been doing earlier in the year?
Nothing, because if you looked at his expected stats in the beginning of the year, he's the same guy. So absolutely nothing. If he didn't have the cold weather and bad luck in the beginning, now listen, there's a lot of teams that have to deal with that. But I've been I haven't minced my words about how this ballpark plays in April and May, and he fell victim to that, and we all do. So nothing. He's an amazing hitter. He's very professional. He has been this whole season, even down in spring training, and so you're just seeing exactly who he is.
You've watched him obviously for his entire career. What's been the most impressive thing about being next to him as a teammate for the last 8 months? Just
his ability at the plate to make really good pitchers just look average, because again, like I said, the best hitters in this league, they do damage when they come over the plate, and when they don't, they take their walks, and they don't swing outside of the zone, and he's done an amazing job of that again this year. And I continue to be in awe of it as a peer of his, and knowing how hard it is, and how easy he makes it look, and how he just he hits those home runs with such ease. It's really fun to watch.
Brandon, how do you evaluate your outing tonight?
First 2 innings are good. Third kind of got away from me. Leadoff walk. Obviously not a recipe for success. And then threw the ball away there. Frustrated with myself. I make that play 9 times out of 10. But man, I don't think the guy could have put that ball in a better spot. And then the second walk, obviously, walks are never good. Got the big double play there. That was awesome. Props to Siri for running after that ball. That was a long run. Didn't come up with it, but a heck of an effort for it. And then had a good bounce back in the fourth. I was pleased with it. Control what I can, and watch video tomorrow, learn from it, and move forward.
You said bounce back in that fourth inning. After that third, what were you able to do, just mindset-wise, to focus back up and have that clean inning coming off it?
Yeah, if I dwell on it, it's not going to do anything for me. I went to the bathroom, just kind of talked to myself a little bit, I'm like, I told myself, hey, it's the past, put it in the past, is what it is. I got to move forward for this team, and that's what I was able to do.
What's impressed you the most about Juan Soto?
What is there not to be impressed about? Just I think honestly his composure, really. I mean, whether he's down or he's up, you never know. He's the same guy every single day. I mean, at any point, he can do what he did tonight. His slumps are not slumps. What he's able to do, it's impressive.
What was the conversation like with Mendoza after the fourth inning?
There wasn't a conversation. It's his call. I respect it. So.
Are you feeling more comfortable out there each start now? This was your third.
Oh yeah, it was my third. Yeah, I mean I was comfortable in my first one. Just take it start by start.
You talked about how you were able to get your mind right between innings, but you also got out of that inning. Is that something where you were able to find a moment where you got the big double play, but where you could sort of slow down within that inning and then make pitches to get out of it? Yeah,
I mean that's the beauty of this game is you're really never out of it. I mean, run a runner first and second, no one out. I mean, you're one pitch away from a double play. You just got to take it pitch by pitch and just, you're only as good as your next one. So.
What do you mean to you to establish a career high for homers this season?
It feels great. A lot of hard work that I've been putting on day in, day out since the off season, and getting some results. I think it's really good for any player. So. It feels great. It feels great that we got the win, so it was good.
What do you think when you hear those MVP chants from the crowd?
I didn't hear many of those today, but definitely these crowds been unbelievable. The whole year they've been showing up day in, day out. Nothing else we can ask for.
How would you describe your season?
I mean, I think it was a great season. At the end, we ended up doing really good stuff, but tough stretch at the beginning. Definitely gotta work on that. Try to be better on that, and try to go from there.
Are the games feeling a little different now that you're down to about 8 games left?
I mean, it's the same feeling. We're trying to win. We're trying to accomplish something big here, and it doesn't matter if we're down to 8 or 1. We're just trying to win.
One list of players with back-to-back 40-homer seasons for 2 different teams, including some Hall of Famers. What's it mean to have this season, in your first season over here?
I think it's great whenever they mention my name around some Hall of Famers and guys that played this game for a long time. I'm really proud to be part of it and, being that exclusive club.